broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzzers. We're here during another AfterBuzz TV after show for Disney's Girl Meets World, Season 1, Episode 8, Girl Meets Smackle. I'm your host, Kristen Elizabeth Snyder, and joining me, AfterBuzz TV host Lee Epstein.
Oh, well, thank you for that ringmaster introduction, Kristen.
I'm feeling very energetic. I haven't talked to anyone all day.
Oh, really?
So I'm ready to chat.
That's why I'm here.
So this episode was about the Trojan horse skin being only a superficial outside thing, and is beauty skin deep?
I would say no. I think I got that right.
I'm ready to debate it with you.
Oh, that's what we're going to do right now?
I'm
Okay.
just kidding. So they tell the Trojan horse story, and everyone knows that the Greek soldiers crawled out of the horse to defeat Troy. And Troy had actually brought the horse in as a trophy because they thought they had defeated the Greek soldiers. Mm-hmm. And then when they had it inside overnight as a trophy, then the Greek soldiers crawled out in the middle of the night and, of course, defeated Troy. So it's like they took in what they thought was this trophy, only like disguised inside. The true inside was an army of soldiers. And I loved that line at the end, how Smackle actually says, I can't remember it exactly, but it's about the army inside. It's about intelligence and compassion and integrity and the courage and the army that's really inside of you, and not so much about the outside. What did you take away from this episode?
There's a few things. I wrote down a couple things that I think you're gonna like.
Oh.
We'll get to that. I mean, there was a couple moments where
you're teasing me.
Yes. Well, this is a family show, Kristen. For God's sake, it's on a Disney Channel. All right. So no, I think a couple things. Well, there was the moment where or moments where we thought that Smackle was kind of selling out to being just a pretty girl, right? Yeah. Kind of like sacrificing her integrity of who she was and what she liked and how what she was into.
Does she like Farkle?
Does she? Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah. But
sure.
But at some points it was like, okay, is she going inside, infiltrating the group like the Trojan horse because she just was preparing for the debate? Did she ever really have true feelings for Farkle? Or is that all sort of in her plan? I mean, it looks like she does. Yeah,
I mean, well, she wants to go out with him.
Yeah.
Of some sort. I think even the way that they explore this in different ways is interesting. Like even with the Lucas character, it's come up in a lot of episodes that Lucas is very attractive physically, and that comes up a lot. And I kind of almost feel bad for
that.
This. No, I just feel bad for him a little bit that he's limited like that. Oh, and I think it raises that issue in this episode that everything is always about his looks, and even when they brought him onto the debate team. I kind of felt like Farkle and the nerds brought him into the debate team just because he's pretty, but he actually is smart and wants to participate, and he's actually kind of into it.
Is this the debate club? No, it's the after-school male models club.
Yes, right?
That line
amazing,
was cracking me up for days. I loved the introduction of the other two nerds.
And they also say, I wrote this one down because I liked it. They said, it looks like a book about baseball. That was another one about him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I liked how at the end of the episode, she, Smackle asks Lucas, she's like, oh, we want to get a smoothie? And it turns out she was just using him to make Farkle jealous. And he's like, oh, I'm not used to that. So again.
Yeah, the role reversal. Yeah.
Again with the pretty boy.
Exactly. But there's more to him, which I feel like he keeps trying to show,
I think we're getting there. It's hard. It's hard to see past the beauty, which I guess is a lot of what this episode was about.
Yeah, for sure.
But I love the makeover that they do on Smackle. She looks totally different.
Yeah, I mean, well, what I think it kind of raises is that it's not, again, it's like other things. It's not so black and white. What does that mean to be the pretty girl or the nerdy girl? Or can you be both? Or you know, like, was she not pretty before unless they, like, curled her hair the same way that theirs is and, like, put on makeup the same way theirs is?
Exactly. I like that point. And especially when they say in this world, it seems like pretty is what you have to be. It's seen as a good thing. They say that in one of the lines, and how it's too bad, but it's not debatable. That
yes,
unfortunately,
I also like that line. That is right, because I thought that was a very honest line, right? That there is some element where appearances do count for something and do matter, and it's not everything. Like, I like that it acknowledged that, because to say that, you know, appearances don't matter at all and it's just, you know, you shouldn't worry about appearances would be kind of, I just feel like that would be kind of dishonest and making it too unnuanced.
Right.
Whereas when they mention that, you know, that it shouldn't be all about beauty, but that is, you know, that is part of the way things are. I think that was kind of a more honest acknowledgement of the state of things.
I definitely agree with
and
that.
And it doesn't have to be either way. That was kind of my takeaway, that, like, you know, Smackle shouldn't compromise who she is, like, at her core, at her essence, you know, what she likes and the things that she's into, and being a smart woman and being all those, a nerdy person, a geeky person, like, embracing those aspects of herself. And she can also be into, like, doing her hair, or that there's a way to embrace outer beauty and whoever you are inside.
Do you think she lost herself when she was so swept up in the beauty?
It seemed like there was a point, right, when she started
when
talking.
She was someone else.
Yeah, which, to her credit, and I feel bad. I'm sorry to you. I'm not remembering your name right now, but you're a wonderful actress.
Lovely.
And no, I think she did a great job.
No, she did. She's very lovely.
You saw, like, different characters, and that was very cool.
Two different ones, yeah.
Totally. I wrote down some other lines, though, that I thought you would like.
Okay, I'm ready for him.
All right. Okay, first of all, I thought it was very great, because you know I'm a big Augie fan.
Augie, yes.
Huge Augie fan. When he said, even when I think of her backwards, it's still Ava.
It's still Ava! And Topanga's, even when I think of her not being here, it's still yay backwards.
Yeah.
Even when I think of it backwards, it's still yay. So it turns out that Augie thinks that he got broken up with because Ava says, you know, there might be others. We might not end up together forever. And everybody, especially Boy Meets World fans, have to love that line where Topanga's like,
see, look, I wrote this down. I knew you were going to say
it.
I wanted to beat you to it.
You go for it.
Here, my best delivery. Here, can I go right here? We'll go here.
Okay.
I wonder how many people the idea of Cory and Topanga has ruined. I don't know. Was that a high five? I don't know.
I was just raising my hand, but I'm so, like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, because this is all that, like, it's just feeding that nostalgia. Boy Meets World. And that's not the only one. There's also one where
I married Feeny.
I wrote that one down, too.
I beat you.
You did beat me on that one. But yeah, they're really feeding that in this episode, that, like, those little references. Because, like, I'm thinking, you know, if you're a kid watching Girl Meets World now for the first time and you didn't really grow up on Boy Meets World, and there's, like, these one-liners like, I married Feeny, and it's really quick. Like, kind of just, I think, would just go over your head. Like, for the, you know, for those of us who grew up on Boy Meets World, we're like, oh yeah, Feeny. I mean, that's like, we really lock into those lines. Those are the ones that I think speak to us the most, somewhat. Because we're like, oh my God, Feeny. And kids are like, Feeny? All right, what? I don't even know who that is. Whatever. And they just kind of, you know, it's not really, I mean, of course they know it. Yeah, yeah, of course. But, I mean, he really,
we
know him.
I want to talk about something that was discussed. The party nail mystery. When they paint Smackle's nails, and one of the nails are different.
This is what you're going to ask me about?
Yes, I'm going to ask you about the mystery of the party nail, because Smackle was a bit confused about it. Can you explain
I'm confused about it.
Please tell us.
You're like, the party nail? I'm like, what the heck is a party nail? No, why don't you explain it? You have a party nail.
It's sometimes called an accent nail.
Look, here, can you see it? Look. You see that? That's her party now. She's got one on her toes too, but I'm not going to make you look at that. But oh God, I told you it's a kid show. What are you doing? No, it's I
told you I didn't talk to anybody all day.
I see that. Maybe we shouldn't have let you out. Okay, wait. What's the deal with the party now?
I'm gonna have to go to Marissa in the booth for this.
I was so hoping you would. I wasn't sure if that was allowed.
I haven't painted my nails in forever, but I noticed it's a trend that's going on that girls paint 4 of their 5 fingers one certain color and one a different color. I don't know why.
Give us a reason.
I can't tell you the reason. I can't tell you the reason. Maybe, you know what? Let me look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, get on that. What'd you say?
We're about to give you the history of the party now here in just a moment. Stay tuned.
I will say that, my God. These poor people, they watch our show because they want to talk about Girl Meets World, and they get so much more. We haven't even done a Yiddish word today yet.
A Yiddish word. But, I can't wait.
But one of my favorite lines, actually, that I thought was hilarious, I thought the interaction of when the girls come into the debate club, and like the debate club nerds.
Yes.
I thought that writing was so funny. The kids nailed it. It was very, very funny. And he says, "Hello, suddenly approachable woman."
With the glasses on.
So great. What's your prescription? And he says, mine's 2,800. That means I can basically just hear you. It's really funny.
No, it's hilarious. And then she takes them off and is like, you're blurry.
And they say that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to her. They're like the second nicest thing. It's really funny.
It's amazing. Do you think girls with glasses, people assume they're smarter if they're wearing glasses?
I think... Well, it's not just with girls. I mean, I think there is still something. Like, I've never worn glasses or contacts, so I'm always like that person who's trying on my friends. Like, how do I look? Do I look smarter? But then you also just like get a headache and you can't see. It's like stupid. But I think you know what? It's kind of like this scene is actually kind of like The Breakfast Club. A little bit, you know, when like everyone's, you know, in detention or like behind closed doors and without the pressures of, I went to a big public high school, like it really resonates with me, that whole idea of like, there's all these pressures and everyone's looking at everyone and there's so much peer pressure, but then in like a different setting when there are fewer people, different environment, people are able to connect, and it's kind of those fronts, those facades that especially in adolescence, middle school and high school, people are holding them up so strongly. I think it was a very realistic scene in the sense of like the cool girls were able to come into the nerdy debate room. You know, I put it in quotes because these are all just pretty silly labels, but that those moments do happen. You know, when they're not in the class and trying to like be cool and one up each other. And I like that they were able to have that interaction. And also I like when there's other kids on the show that we see them. I like seeing other kids on the show.
I do too. I like other characters and seeing how they interact with the group that we've now established as our main kids.
Exactly.
I really like at the end when Smackle asked Farkle if Riley and Maya weren't beautiful, would you still like them? And he's like, oh, they're beautiful? I thought that was really cute because obviously he's always liked them for what's in the inside.
That's what I keep telling you.
Never even recognized how pretty they were.
I keep saying that. You keep saying, when are they going to get together? And I'm telling you, he just wants to be friends with them.
Really? No, I just want that played with. I just want Farkle and Maya to just explore things.
I love Farkle, Corey Fogelmanis. I mean, he's just great. And I noticed, if I'm not mistaken, that that he was credited differently in this episode and the next one as because before it was, I think, guest starring, and now I think it's also starring.
Yeah, co-starring.
Co-starring, which is cool because he's a huge part of it. So I was happy to see that.
What did you take away from this episode?
What I take away from this episode? Well, the takeaway, I guess, in terms of the lessons is about, you know, beauty being yourself and being true to yourself, and, you know, kind of like as Judge Judy says, beauty fades, dumb is forever.
Oh, Judge Judy reference. Love those. Marissa, do we know anything about the party now before we head out?
Well, I did a little bit of research, and it seems like there was, I'm not sure if this is the originality of it, but there was, back in a couple years ago, for the month of October, there was the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And girls or women or anyone who painted their nails, they would have one nail.
That was so inclusive of you, yeah.
Yeah, one nail that was pink for breast cancer awareness. And I think that just became a trend, and it just built upon itself, and now it's just an everyday trend.
Well, it's nice that it started from something that was, you know,
for a good cause.
There
are a lot, and I think it's like 'tis the season of like the Avon Breast Cancer Walk, and the next month in LA is the AIDS Walk. I'm gonna look for people, like maybe for AIDS Walk people do a red nail. I don't know. I'll look though.
Are you gonna paint your nails?
I would do it. My brother paints his nails black. I mean, you know,
thanks, Marissa.
Crazier things have happened.
There you
Thanks, Marissa. So, any predictions?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Does that change every time? That is totally messing with me.
No, it's not. It's amazing.
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's gonna be playing in your sleep soon. So for
We
those of
we
you,
never changed it, really? You're being serious? We didn't change
Your
it?
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
We changed that. Yeah, that was different. Stop. This is crazy.
there's so many different ways to predict the future. Here at
What do you
AfterBuzz,
think?
we have a few.
Yeah, well, what do you think's going to happen here?
You know what? I think we have, 21 episodes in the season. And I can't wait for the Thanksgiving episode that's coming up with all the characters from the original Boy Meets World. I think
Some of whom have been, I think Ben and, who am I thinking of? And Ryder, right, directed these couple episodes.
Yes, they did. So
Which is cool.
Very cool to see that, the showrunner Michael Jacobs is letting his kids grow even further under him.
Yeah, and be directors. It's cool. And I would say predictions-wise, okay, so Thanksgiving, everyone coming back.
I just need to see. I heard that we're going to find out, what happens to Sean and where he ended up going with the rest of his life, and that's huge. Huge.
I think we're going to see more Augie, and I'm always happy about that because you're adorable.
All right, guys, if you're watching live, stay tuned because we're going to do the recap and review for episode 9 right after this.
Don't go away, but we'll be right back.
We'll talk to you soon. Tune in every week. Thanks for watching, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.